find them sitting stiffly on the couch, with Amy curled up in the armchair looking unusually smug. Mom was clutching her iPad so tightly her knuckles were white. "We need to discuss your college situation," Dad began, using his reasonable voice that always meant something unreasonable was coming. "We've been doing some research, and we think we've found a solution that will work for everyone." That's when they dropped their bombshell suggestion: I should decline Cornell and give up my scholarship spot so Amy could appeal and take it instead. They had it all planned out, right down to the letter Amy would write about being the twin who needed more time to mature. The way they presented their reasoning made me feel like I was living in some alternate reality. "You girls have never been apart," Mom said, dabbing at her eyes with a tissue. "You're twins, you're supposed to stick together. Going to different colleges could damage your bond forever." Dad jumped in with his own arguments. "It's not fair for one twin to get such an amazing opportunity while the other is left behind. What kind of message does that send about family? About sisterly love?" Then came the guilt trips. Mom started talking about how Amy would be devastated watching me leave for an Ivy League school while she stayed home. "Just think about how she'll feel," Mom pleaded, "sitting here alone while you're off living your dream. Is that what you want for your sister?" Amy played her part perfectly, sniffling quietly in her corner and making comments like, "I just want us to be together like we've always been, even though we hadn't voluntarily spent time together in years." When I refused their insane proposal, the atmosphere in our house turned toxic. My parents shifted from guilt-tripping to outright hostility. For weeks, they'd been giving me the cold shoulder while lavishing attention on Amy. Every dinner became an exercise in passive-aggressive warfare, with comments like "some people care more about success than family, or at least one of our daughters understands loyalty." They even started weaponizing family finances, making veiled threats about college expenses. "You know, if you turn down this perfectly reasonable solution, we might have to reconsider our ability to help with your college costs," Dad said one evening. "After all, Amy will need extra support now, and we can't play favorites with our resources." The irony of that statement was almost laughable, considering they'd been playing favorites my entire life. But it wasn't just my parents. Amy had become increasingly manipulative too. She started calling relatives, crying about how I was abandoning her and showing off my success just to hurt her. Some family members actually took her side, sending me messages about how I needed to be more sensitive to my sister's feelings. I felt like I was going crazy. How was I the villain for working hard and achieving my dreams? Why was everyone acting like I'd committed some terrible crime by getting into a good school? The tension finally came to a head during what I now think of as the dinner. Our grandfather, who we call Papa Joe, came over for our weekly family dinner. He'd been unusually quiet lately, and I'd noticed him watching our family dynamics with an increasingly troubled expression. That evening started like any other recent dinner, tense and uncomfortable. Mom had made Amy's favorite lasagna, again, while I picked at my salad, trying to become invisible. Dad was talking about Amy's bright future at community college, painting it as some noble choice rather than her only option. Amy was soaking up the attention, going on about her plans to find herself during her gap year. Then Mom